So welcome back to the Tech by Tech channel, where I buy, hoard and collect weird and quirky obsolete tech stuff like this Olympus Camedia C-4000 Zoom digital camera from the early 2000s or so. Now, besides being a plastic fantastic oddity in 2026, this Olympus camera is rather important. It helped the company find their footing into the digital photography world of the early 2000s. And, well, before I get into why I purchased it and what its purpose is on my channel, I think we should get the most obvious issue out of the way, the one you've been all waiting for, and just go on with the with the geekiness of it all. So yeah, those are the exquisite sounds that a plastic camera from the early 2000s makes when it's being handled with care. And it's not really appealing at all, is it now? We've come a long way. On the other hand, though, I would like to point strong features of this camera. It has a nice integrated flash. It has a visor which actually works. The screen is quasi-usable, and well, it's actually held its condition pretty well all these years. And looking at it, this is quite a nice example of said camera. Now, I purchased this camera in an auction lot. There were actually just two items, another TZ Lumix camera, a vintage one, and this one, but I got them for about 25 euros or so, which is an actual steal in today's world. And I know it's an oddity and it isn't worth all that much, but still, seeing its condition and, well, general shape of it, I kinda had to have it for that amount of money. I mean, besides the sort of functioning ergonomics, you must appreciate the condition of this camera, and especially the, I don't know, the top bezel here, which has a metal feel to it, and the way that Olympus proudly showcased their USB and megapixel prowess. And yeah, there's a digital and optical zoom, and well, kudos to Olympus for providing standard battery slots, because in this day and age you won't be able to find replacement batteries for such an older model. So using standard batteries is actually a breeze. Now, one thing to note before I turn it on, you must always be careful with these cameras. They turn on by just simply rotating the option dial, the mode dial here, and you always have to be careful to remove the lens cover if you have one before you open it. Otherwise, the lens will extend outward and hit the lens cover, and it will not make a pretty sound. Even though I've known this, I have done it 2 times, and well, fortunately the camera has not suffered any damage. In terms of ergonomics, you can really consider this a triumph, except for this small and ridiculous LCD screen on the back. The shape is rather comfortable in the hand. It's easy to hold, and the buttons are mostly intuitive, and well, yeah, it's actually not that bad. There's a couple of there's a D-pad here on top. There's a flash button. You can access them all via your thumb, so it's not that bad. But again, the shape is, well, it's a bit of a cartoonish way of imagining a digital camera in today's world. It's almost like you would ask a 5-year-old to draw a digital camera in today's world, and well, this is what they would come up with. But I think in terms of design, the most obvious issue is with this lens barrel, which extends a bit awkwardly, protrudes out of the body, but it's sort of moved to the bottom, and it creates this, I don't know, it's not a pleasant design effect, and it's not proportional in any way. I would like to move forward and to say that we shall be testing this camera, but unfortunately, when I turn this thing on, which it doesn't seem to want to do anymore due to the discharged batteries, the card slot right here on top, which I will show you right now. Well, I thought it was a CF card slot. Unfortunately though, the thickness, and you can see here, I shall try to demonstrate the thickness of this CF card is actually bigger than the slot that Olympus holds. And then I found out that this has a peculiar design memory card, which I will share somewhere in here. So this camera uses a SmartMedia slot, and well, it's not at all compatible with the CF type of card. So yeah, that's a bit of a letdown for you and for me as well. Suffice it to say that this camera works, and for the amount of money I paid for it, I couldn't pass on this opportunity to handle and to experience an early digital camera that, well, in this condition, in today's world, is a real rarity. And, well, who knows, I might even make a small profit on it, considering it's surely worth more than 50 euros alone, and I purchased it at a lot for about 25 euros. I know that's not saying much, and I shouldn't be concentrating on the material aspect, the financial or commercial one, if you will, but really this channel can only grow if I continue to purchase such oddities, and in order to do that I need to fund my budget, which I cannot do by draining my finances day by day. So this puts me in the position to plea and grovel and beg, please like and subscribe these types of videos, and remember, I buy, hoard and collect weird and useless, obsolete tech stuff like this Olympus Camedia C-4000, so you don't have to. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.